Yes. It is the Magic Dragon Red Dragon Dragon Center keyboard with the Dragon Center mouse. And the mouse is all about the house. And the house hippos are among the most endangered species on planet Earth.
That's like the house hippo.
Welcome everyone back to another episode of Dumb and Delicious, the podcast hosted by Gaetano Paratore and Jack Hamilton. My name is Gaetano.
My name is Jack Hamilton.
And welcome to this week's episode. Yay!
Hooray!
You're live, and for that we must dance and jive. All right, welcome to this week's episode. Jack, check-ins, how are we doing today?
Fucking sick, dude. Oh my god, this cold. I've had a cold for like a week now, man, and it is just fucking me up. Like, I sleep in hella, and I'm sick. So I slept in a ton this week. I missed a bunch of classes. It's whatever, though. We'll come back next week. But honestly, I have not been doing much. I've just been suffering through the past week. But like Gaetano said, alive and thriving. Although I do wish I had a little bit more money because I'm broke as fuck right now. But that's not a concern for the podcast. We don't talk about my financials in the podcast because it's never a good thing to talk about. So, how about you, Gaetano?
I feel incredible. I ordered a back scratcher. This is the best invention on planet Earth. Oh my god. I feel like, what's his name? Baloo from the Jungle Book when he's scratching his back up on a bark a tree. Or
on a fucking bark a tree, dude?
On bark from a tree. When he's barking up, hit the right tree. This claw is the right tree. God damn. I feel so good doing this right now. Holy crap. Maybe, is this a lonely thing? I don't know, but like, damn. Because I don't even have a scratchy back, but it feels so good. Oh my gosh.
How hard it would be to train your dog to scratch your back.
Probably not hard. I've seen fucking people train dogs to do the craziest things.
Me too. I follow a ton of like animal pages on Instagram, and there's this guy I follow, and he teaches his dog to press buttons to respond to things, but he'll voice.
Yeah, like basically talk.
So you heard that? Hell no. You heard that before?
Yeah.
That's him. He recorded that onto a button, and then the dog presses the button. Yeah. So I don't know. I love that sort of thing. And then like people teach their dogs like open fridges and like get beers for them and then put the empty cans
the mail,
in the
get beers. Yeah,
that's fucking sick, dude. That's pretty dope. You also follow or know of him, the Narrowway Homestead, Minion. That dog? The dog Minion?
No.
So basically this guy lives in the middle of nowhere. He's a homesteader. That's like a lifestyle. And he built his own house on his own property, has his own farm, raises all of his own animals, everything. And the dog or the animal he's had the longest is this little mutt called Minion. And he's taught this dog to fucking do everything you could ever think of. And it's like the dog walks around with like a little umbrella so it doesn't get wet in the rain. It's the fucking coolest thing ever. And it was just Minion for the longest time. Then because like he moved to a new location for like a homestead, he had to get a livestock guardian dog, so we got another dog named Az. So Minion's like this little thing, their tiny little dog, and then Az is a fucking, I think it's called a Baz Shepherd, I think is what it's called, and it's
Baz
Shepherd, and it is huge. This dog is like 8 months old, and it is fucking gigantic. And he's been showing and walking like his audience through like the training process, and it's really fucking cool. Like it is so cool what he's taught this dog to do, because it's like a fully outdoor dog, and it's like this dog will come get him when he hears something in the night. So he'll post like videos. He also live streams at night and keeps a live stream thing pointing at Az's doghouse, so you can watch Az fucking defend the homestead from coyotes in the middle of the fucking night while they're trying to eat the ducks, dude. It's actually sick. It's so fucking cool.
That is cool.
Like, I can't wait to like finally go out. Like we live with our fucking parents. I don't know the word for this, but like finally like get out and do our own thing, get our own place, work our own job, no longer be dependent.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
I want to do my own thing.
I want to train. I don't know. I want my dog. I want to fucking train my dog to be a genius, respond with buttons and shit. That's sick. But I know that's a lot of work too. So I don't know if I can commit to all that. But I don't know. I just think it's so fascinating how much you can train an animal to do certain things. Like parrots fucking talking, dogs just doing random fucking tasks. Like, so fucking cool.
Animals are smart. It's just getting them to that destination in terms of what they learn. That's the hard part.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's also pretty interesting because I was listening to a podcast about like, learning, and I was thinking about that in the gym today. I was like, it is so weird to think about that you and I are both Homo sapiens, but we're so different. You know what I mean? Like you look at a golden shepherd. Have you ever been able to tell a golden shepherd apart from another? Never. No. But
Not really, no.
There's so much variation from like human to human. And
But that's also dogs with certain different breeds, right? Like you'll have a golden shepherd versus a golden retriever or
That's a good
whatever. And it's
point.
like technically they're both dogs, but they're just different breeds, aka different races, different, that's the good thing about us humans, or any race that go for that matter, any kind of animal, is that
yeah.
if you're different, that's a good thing.
And that
Oh my
variation isn't like exclusive to visual too. Like this guy on this podcast I was listening to was talking about how genetically some people are just born smarter than others. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you've met some people in your life that are just like, I'm not saying I'm a genius. I'm not saying you're a
Gifted
genius.
versus non-gifted. We can just say that.
And you can see, like, you've seen gifted kids, and you've also met some people who are just like, they're cool, they're awesome people, but when it comes to academics, it's just not there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like, for example, I know a lot of people hate on him, but like Elon Musk, it's like that guy was born with a fucking gift of a brain to just be a thinker and like an engineer, and look what he's fucking done with it, right?
Yeah.
And it's like that's the genetic difference in our brain that sets him apart from me. It's just he's got the brain to think in that aspect. I don't know. I find that so fucking interesting, and it's like the next level of like genetic engineering is like increasing the brain power of kids. But the next level of fucking doping in sports is genetic engineering muscle insertions, dude. Imagine the peak fucking steroids or peak gear usage would just be engineering your body to have gigabicep. Like, wouldn't that be fucking crazy?
Modifying or adding muscles.
Yeah. Yeah.
A great medical breakthrough is in like someone tears a bicep and you can't really fix a torn bicep, so you quite literally can replace the bicep, or I don't know.
Entirely. Yeah. Just put a fucking Giga Baboon bicep in there, dude.
Giga Baboon bicep.
I don't
I'm gonna
know,
fucking
dude.
use that as a title. I don't
Giga
know.
Baboon bicep.
Giga Baboon bicep. Baboons.
Because think about it, like
Zabumafu.
you can like use genetic engineering on like a pig that's developing to make it fatter so it has better tasting bacon. Why can't you
Yeah.
obviously there's massive sanctions and, things that are not right about genetically
Limitations.
engineering people. But if you could just give the fucking Giga bicep, dude, that'd be pretty sick.
Giga bicep. I
I'd
think we're
do
also
that.
just so invested in like that, like muscles and shit, because we also just came back from an arm day. That was great. That was a really good
That was
arms
a
day.
splendid arm day. I'm not gonna lie. The pump was not there today, but I felt it. You know what I mean? Like some days you get a good
I
pump,
felt
some
it
days you
the
don't.
whole time, but I think it's only because you had to shit it out. Well, what did you shit out a pump?
I shit out. The
What do you
pump.
mean by that? Like when you shit or
Yeah.
something, and then like everything leads, all the pressure's gone. Like I need you to elaborate on that,
So-
because I did not understand what you meant by that.
Let me break it down. I had to relieve myself in the middle of our workout, and we were just getting started. And the beginning of your workout is where the pump is built. And for
Where the
those
magic happens.
who don't work out, you might not know, or you might know, a pump is basically when your muscles get like super saturated with blood and they inflate. They feel like they are pumped up. So it's a really good feeling because your biceps will just naturally appear larger than they are, and your triceps, your shoulders, literally any muscle you hit. Like this is an odd example, but this is an example that also relates to what I'm about to say. For those who go to the bathroom in public and don't like to sit on the toilet seat because it is fucking nasty, you have to do the hover dump.
Amen.
When you're hitting the hover dump for an extended period of time and you feel that
Quads are on fire.
that feeling in your quads, that's a pump. You just got a pump from taking a shit. Congratulations.
You just got a pump from hitting the hover dump. Hover dump pump.
The hover dump.
The hover dump pump.
Okay, that's another contender.
That's a
for
good one,
that.
too.
That's
I'm gonna write
another
that.
title contender.
That's barely that one.
So in the middle of the workout, right at the like not in the middle of the workout, right at the beginning, when the pump's being made, when the pump's being developed, I had to go to the bathroom, and some weird thing happened. Gaetano's checking himself out. So we have our webcams on when we're recording, and he's checking himself out in the lighting.
No, I'm actually scratching my back, but okay.
He's like, oh, I'm just stretching my back here. I'm just.
I am scratching my back. The first time I was, I'm actually just scratching my back right now.
Good
my
looks,
shoulder
though.
looks
Good looks,
absolutely
though.
fucking insane. Look at the veins. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. Go back to it. What were we talking about?
So we did our tricep, we did our bicep, we did our shoulders, and then we were back to doing tricep again. And it was in the middle of doing the triceps when I was like, the pump was, I felt the pump because we hit everything once, very intense, really, really made sure to focus on like a squeeze. So I felt the pump. And then the second tricep exercise, I really need to go to the bathroom. And this is like the most awkward. I have a question for the people here when I get to this point. So I go to the bathroom, I go in the stall. And then I guess the guy in the stall next to me was balancing his water bottle on top of the stall door. So when I closed my stall door, his water bottle fell into my stall. And I was stuck with a dilemma. It's like, do I
hand it to him, or
because I looked at his feet and he was in pooping position. So he must have been taking a dump. He was not peeing in the toilet.
Hover dump situation.
And I was like, okay, I'm presented with a dilemma here. Do I say, hey, man, is it your water bottle? Or do I just remain in complete silence and kick it over back to him? Or do I just not say anything? I chose to just not say anything because I was like, I'm not going to talk man to man.
Hey, man.
Taking a dump on a toilet if he would like his water bottle back or not.
I'm not going to lie. Call me a dad for this. I would have made the best at most of the situation, and I would have just simply said, hey, man, I know this is a shitty situation, but is this your water bottle? I would have just gone right for the get-go, right for the cheese. Good
right
cheddar.
For the fucking cheese. I don't know. I'm not built for social interaction like that. I can't. My heart would cripple if I even tried to speak while taking a dump to somebody else. I'm not going to lie to you.
Comedy gold.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to leave the water bottle where it is. And the worst part is that while I was going to the bathroom, it was like slowly rolling towards me and it touched my foot. And it was just
sensual.
It was weird. So I finish up doing my thing. He leaves the stall well before me. And I'm like, what are the odds he's waiting to go into the stall to grab his water bottle back?
What are the odds?
Keep in mind the toilet seat was gross. So when it comes to pooping the pump out, when I stood up from it, dude, the tricep pump, shoulder, and bicep pump were gone, but I felt it in my legs. I felt the quad pump in the legs. I felt it.
The quad pump. So
I open the stall door and I go to wash my hands. And right when I open the stall door and wash my hands, the guy walks straight into the stall and picks up his water bottle off the floor of the bathroom, takes the sip of it, and then walks out. Yeah. Nah. Fucking foul, dude. Fucking foul. So gross.
Bear Grylls type beat.
And the worst part was, it wasn't like the water bottle was like off in a corner or not even remotely close to the toilet. It was in like the danger zone. It was in the splash zone. It was right on the floor in front of the toilet, which is like probably the most disgusting place in a bathroom. Actually, yeah. I think probably the most foul or grossest place you can like surface in a bathroom would definitely be the floor in front of the toilet, or would it be inside the toilet?
The dirtiest?
Yeah.
I mean, are we talking like shit stains inside? Like
No. We're talking like in terms of
in the bowl, or
in terms of just like straight surface dirtiness, not including any visible stains. Like where's like the dirtiest surface?
I mean, if you were to, between the two, or you mean like in general
in a bathroom? In a bathroom. Like where's like the grossest location? Because I personally think
bathroom,
the ground right in front of the toilet has to be the dirtiest. Yeah. Because that's never consistently cleaned. Every time you flush a toilet, the inside of the toilet gets cleaned, right?
Oh, I have a counter. Continue.
For a men's bathroom. Specifically speaking for a men's bathroom. Because I know the ground on a woman's bathroom would definitely be a lot cleaner than the ground in a men's bathroom because accuracy. So
let me hit you with the right in front of the toilet. Because how often does some floor get mopped or cleaned, right? I know on a daily basis, like, shit gets dirty. How often does the front of a toilet get clean. What I mean by that is sometimes you'll pee, right? And, you know, things happen sometimes where a little bit of urine, a little bit of brown, yellow water.
If you're getting brown in that location,
kidneys, bro.
You are fucking up.
Drink some water.
Or your kidneys are fucked. Either way, go to the doctor.
Anyways, piss can leak in the front of the toilet or underneath the seat, right? In that crevice between the lid and the actual bowl. I feel like that's one of the dirtiest spots. Because inside the toilet, I agree. It's being flushed. It's kind of being cleaned out. The floors, though, most of the time are mopped or cleaned daily basis or every couple days. How often does someone actually scrub a toilet on the outside of it, right? Right?
You actually raise a good point. Whenever I'm in my bathroom, I'm not gonna lie to you. The inside of the toilet gets cleaned.
If it's visually looking clean, chilling.
The floor gets cleaned. The outside of the toilet, it does get cleaned, but I feel like sometimes I might not put in the most amount of effort to cleaning the exterior of the toilet.
Exactly.
Why are we talking
just I don't know. Okay.
I just looked at my phone to look at the time, and I tuned back into the conversation. I'm like, wait, what the fuck are we? What are we on about?
I don't remember how this started. Oh, because you were taking a shit and you lost the pump. Oh my god, that derailed so fast.
That derailed pretty quickly.
The hover dump pump.
Okay, hover dump pump, Giga Baboon bicep, or what was the other one? Shitting the pump out and pooping the pump.
Pooping the pump out? I don't know.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we got a couple questions because I put out some questions for our 100th episode, which will come later on. But there is one question I do want to ask. It's a stupid one, but this comes from... Sorry, not stupid as in the person that said this is stupid, but it's just a silly one. It's a silly question. JE_Sturx says, if born a rock, would you be a pebble or a boulder?
Oh, shit.
I don't know if they mean... like, or did you start your life off as a pebble or rock, or are you just saying, like, as a person, would you be a pebble or rock?
Okay,
I'd be a pebble.
As a person, I would be a pebble. Honestly, I think I'd choose pebble more because think about it. A boulder typically stays in the same place for hundreds, thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of years. Okay.
That's exactly my thought. A pebble, though, can fall in a lake. It can travel. It can fucking be skipped by a person. There's so much more adventure and life to a pebble versus a boulder that may be not moved for millennia.
I would like to say boulder because, you know, big and brawn and fucking strength and all that. But fuck no, dude. If I can go have a good time as a pebble.
What's big and strong if you can't fucking go on an adventure?
That's what I'm saying.
You know, you gotta find out if there's mystery to it. There's, you know, excitement.
Would you rather
this could totally be taken out of context?
Like really big and strong and trapped in a room, or be small enough to squeeze through the door to get to like fucking Wonderland? You know what I mean? That's like the comparison we're drawing here.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm thinking pebble. I'm thinking pebble for sure.
Pebble, more versatile. Thank you, JE_Strix, for that question.
I believe that is my friend Amara from school. Shout out to Amara.
Shout out Amara. Also, just a random side note. This is so we've had a couple people submit to begin quote oil up end quote, and I'm not gonna lie, it would be hilarious, but also I'm letting everybody know that the only chance we would even do that for our 100th episode is if we get a minimum of like 80 downloads on an episode over the next 2 weeks.
Oh,
if we don't get at least 80 downloads, that's a lot, but that would be a record for us. That'd break our record. Our record's like 60 something right now. If we get 80 downloads, we'll definitely consider it. Because I do have a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in the basement, so nothing an Italian won't deny.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I really hope we don't hit 80 downloads because I do not know how I explain that to my parents.
As long as we're not in a concealed room alone and it's dim.
Yeah.
If that's the thing, then that would probably be a little suspicious. But if it's a bright sunny day and we're in the backyard, you know, already sweating from moving around some wood. Okay, whoa, pause. I meant to mean your tree.
I'm about to say, to clarify,
I'm just gonna
there's
cut
a tree went down my backyard and we chopped up a lot of wood. And fuck, man, there's no good way to make. Okay, you know what? Do we cut it or just keep it? I don't even know. Okay, my tree in my backyard went down to a windstorm and it's being chopped up. And Gaetano has this idea of putting on flannel and going to work with an axe on the wood. That is what he's talking about.
Oh my God.
For clarity.
Just it's 80 downloads minimum. That's the fucking minimum. We got to break our record. That's a minimum. If we hit 100, I'll do it in a Speedo. How about that? I don't give a fuck. If we can hit 100 fucking downloads, I'll wear a Speedo. Jack will not be doing it in a Speedo, but if you want to see Guy in a Speedo, oiled up, 100 downloads minimum. That's the tier list.
100 downloads.
Anyways, enough of being oiled up.
100 downloads, and it's stringers and fucking short shorts. Mic'd up workout at the gym, dude.
How about this? 100 downloads, I wear a Speedo, and you wear Daisy Dukes.
What the fuck are Daisy Dukes? I gotta look this up before I agree to this.
They're like the ripped up jeans, short jeans that women wear.
Daisy
Dukes bikinis on top.
What the fuck?
Sun kiss is so hot.
My balls will be hanging out if I put these on. Are you kidding me? Dude, these are like denim.
We cannot show extra flesh. You cannot show extra skin. That will be removed from the internet.
These are like.
Actually, maybe the Speedo would also be removed. I might have to contemplate on the YouTube guidelines. Yes. Better than wearing a Speedo.
Okay, safe search blurring is on. Thank you.
Okay, so now that's sorted. I'm in a bit of a career crisis at the moment because this is my thing. I have the podcast. Yeah. So imagine this. I have the podcast, which is one entity. I have serving and bartending, which is one other entity. I have acting as another entity. And then a fourth entity, I have real estate. I am in a dilemma because I want, instead of having 1 foot or technically half a foot in each of those categories or each of those planes, I want to have 1 or 2 feet in one thing. But the problem is I love all these things and everyone's like, oh, you're so young, you can figure it out. But at the same time, I want to have something more steady, especially when it comes to a stream of income, so that way I can make sure that I'm making money consistently and I can have time off consistently and whatever. But when I have these 4 things that I'm balancing, it's very difficult to have consistent time off and time to like book a vacation or whatever, right? And also save money, etc. Saving money is not too difficult, but it's just a matter of I want something a little more stable so that I can also ensure that other aspects of my life, like the gym, social life, like I said, and family time, I can designate more specific times to. For example, in an ideal world, if I worked like a 9-to-5 job, I would go to the gym in the morning at like 6-7 a.m. or not 6 a.m. but 7 a.m. right before work. That's like my ideal thing. And I'm trying to focus on that and fix that, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. But you know, when you have a serving and bartending, acting, podcast, and real estate all in one, it's like, fuck, man, like, what do I pick? It's almost like being in university in first year and being like, I need to specialize into something now. Regardless, whatever I choose, it's going to involve people. It's going to involve being social. Serving and bartending is social. Acting is very social and very good because you need a network. Real estate is very social because to make connections and network as well. And then on top of that, the podcast, I mean, like, we engage with you guys. Obviously, I talk to you. I express what I go through on a daily or weekly basis. And I just want to specialize into something. And it's frustrating because I want to put this pressure on myself, but I don't know how to do it. And I'm working on myself right now, and I'm learning a lot of new things and a lot of different techniques and methods of organization and just figuring things out in general. That was a little dump right there, a little rant. It's very dark in
my room, but I have something to say.
But
my Wi-Fi's still on?
You're good.
Oh, it is. Fuck yeah, dude. All right. Let's plug that in. No.
Does your lamp affect your Wi-Fi?
A hardline adapter. And I just unplugged my hardline adapter, and I was wondering if my Wi-Fi to my PC cut out or not. Oh, there we go. All right, much brighter. So what I was going to say was, in terms of like I mean, and to put things a little bit more into perspective for y'all, that's not even including Gaetano's social life, like you said. It's like that's simply things he's just working on. And that's a lot to balance. Because personally, for me, like even for fucking school, man, balancing school on its own is definitely a tough act. I'll say that. So I can't even imagine trying to balance these four different. What would you call them? Not occupations, but like four different job streams, you could say. But I think the good thing about the podcast specifically is that it can be as like intense or low maintenance as you want. And I know that the listeners, I mean, we're pretty, sorry, not we. Let me correct that. Me, I am pretty shitty when it comes to recording and organizing for the podcast. So that's why sometimes we don't get episodes out, because I'll just let school pile up and then shit gets too crazy and we can't get an episode out. So I know you guys are very understanding when it comes to that. But I think the good thing about the podcast is that not only is it like, like the social interaction and like you said, the relief of being able to talk about, what you went your day through, what went through your day and just how you've been for like the past week or 2 weeks, depending on when we release the episode. It's like a little bit of a therapy thing just to get it out, discuss it, talk about points and get it out there. But like I also said, it can be as low maintenance as you want, right? So there's times where we won't record or post an episode for like 2 weeks because, shit gets in the way. So I think the podcast, I mean, I personally do not know your situation, but I know the podcast can be pretty low maintenance. But I think the whole balancing, acting, waiting, and realty, I don't know, are those the correct words? Waiting and realty?
Realty, I guess so, yeah.
I don't know how to fucking say that. I feel like, I can't even fucking imagine what that would be like. Because you're not even done your realtor course yet, right?
No, I'm not done my real estate salesperson courses. I'm still working on it. I was actually going to be honest, because, it happens to everybody. I was busy the past month, so I've been pretty behind. I'm slowly catching up. I'm just making sure I'm back on my grind, which is doing at least 1 to 2 hours every day, 7 days a week.
And that's a good thing, though, is that because it's not a school course, you're not forced to have this hard deadline where you need to make sacrifices for, right?
There is a hard deadline, but it's not for until June, which is a lot time. But they also recommend I have it done by the first week of April, so we'll fucking see about that.
I mean, take your day by day, dude. No point, because that's the big issue for me, and what I fuck up on a lot. And my advice to you is do not stress about the future, dude. Do not stress about the future. Do everything you can
live in the present.
Now. Do not fuck with the future at all, because that's when you start bugging. Let me tell you, I used to have I don't know what. There's got to be some sort of specific term for it, but I used to have the worst stress about the future all the fucking time. I'd be thinking 3 months in advance, and I'd be trying to do the next 3 months of work. I would take a part of all of them and try and do them in one day, and that just chaos, bro. Not good.
Yeah.
Take your day by day, and I'm sure you know that. You're the most fucking well organized, put together person I know. So. In terms of
Thanks,
work.
appreciate that.
in terms of work.
In terms of getting bitches.
When it comes to what's actually cooking upstairs.
I'm cutting that out. I'm cooking up what?
When it comes to actually cooking what's upstairs in the brain, I don't know what the fuck's going on out there, but you put on a nice presentation of organization and hustling. So you're one of my inspirations for that, I'll tell you that much. Because
mixing with also style and everything, bro. I put together 2 outfits since our last episode released, both fucking fire. I was like, I feel like $1 million in this outfit, and the entire outfit in total probably cost about $100 if you include shoes and everything. Shoes including $150, which is nuts because everything was thrifted except for the shoes. And then I'm not going to include my underwear or socks because just whatever. Invaluable. Those are so interchangeable.
Yes. Have a price tag on those.
No, so. But yeah, but fuck it, we ball, we move, we cook with oil. We got to get there.
Life finds a way. What movie is that from? I feel like that's been said in
Life Finds a Way. Life of Pi.
Movies. I've never actually seen Life of Pi. That's about the kid on the boat with the hero, tiger, right?
Or live long enough to be the villain. What?
Life
Dark Knight
finds what?
I've never even seen the movie Life of Pi, so I have no idea.
It's a Jurassic Park quote. It's what it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I haven't seen those in a minute. I ended up watching Mad Max last night. Fury Road. You ever seen Mad Max?
No.
Oh, what? Oh my lord! I know we keep talking about this movie episode
it's a good
that we
universe.
never get around to, but fucking Mad Max is definitely on the list of movies you have to see because it's like the storyline's completely absent. There's like what the fuck the story is? I have no idea. Is it good? Yes. Literally just like
Yes.
racing and fucking explosions and crazy shit all the time, and it's so cool. So dope. It's like for those of you who don't know, Mad Max is basically about like an apocalypse where the world ends and the world is basically all this big old desert-y type area, and it's all like raiders and bandits, and all they care about is their cars and gasoline to get around. So everyone's just fucking ripping around on like these like wicked modded out like bandit cars with like chainsaws and fucking flamethrowers and shit on them, and it's just them fighting across cars, and it is so fucking cool. Like there's one in Fury Road. It's like this giant truck, and it has massive speakers on it, and it's like a war truck, and they have this dude in a red jumpsuit attached to bungee strings, and he's just fucking ripping a double-headed guitar the entire movie attached to these bungee strings on a giant fucking speaker car, and it is just the coolest fucking thing ever.
Like every young boy's wet dream to just see like explosions, really cool cars, and just rock out.
Yeah. It's like whenever he's not on the screen, like you can barely hear the music in the background, but when you see him in the background, you can fucking hear like the guitar ripping, dude. It is so fucking cool. That's one thing I used to think about a lot when I was younger was like the end of the world and apocalypse scenarios, like what I would do.
Remember when 2012 the movie came out? I was a kid watching that, being like, "Oh,
I never actually saw that movie."
What? Oh,
I remember seeing the billboards though when I was younger.
Yeah.
When it was like 2011, I remember seeing the billboards everywhere. It was like May 2012, May 2012, May 2012. World's gonna end. World's gonna end. Seek help from God. Blah 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 blah.
I was like, yeah.
I was like, no fucking way. I was like, nah, that ain't happening. Wasn't that the Mayan calendar thing? I think.
Like their prediction on when the end of the world was going to be?
Yeah, Mayan
No idea.
calendar world ending. Mayan scholars stated that no classic Mayan accounts forecast impending doom, and the idea that long count calendar ends in 2012 misrepresented Mayan history and culture. Astronomers rejected the various proposed doomsday scenarios as pseudoscience, having been refuted by elementary astronomical observations. So just complete fucking bullshit, I guess.
Just complete fucking bullshit, bro.
I don't know. I ate that shit up when I was a kid. I was like, world ends. I'm stealing a car. I'm going north. I'm finding guns, and I'm running a farm. I was like 12.
Yeah.
So how I was going to do that, no fucking idea, but I thought I was.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
I was fucking prepped. For the will, there's a way. Yeah.
Life finds a way. Oh my goodness. All right. We are wrapping up this. We are coming up to the time now, so we will be wrapping up this episode. But thank you everyone so much for listening to this episode of Dumb and Delicious for some dumb and delicious content. If you aren't listening to us already, you can follow us on the Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, and JioSaavn, as well as our lovely platform, YouTube.
And if you want to catch us on any of our social media, you can find us on Instagram at Dumb and Delicious. Our personals are linked in the bio. Feel free to send us any questions you want to hear us answer, any topics you want to hear us talk about, or if you just want to say hello, feel free to reach out. We're always there answering. And like I said, you can always reach out to us on our personals as well. What was I going to say? I was going to say one more thing on top of all that. Oh, yeah. Download the episode if you can. That'd be super dope. Best way to support us.
Download the episode. I mean, don't download the episode. Don't download the episode. You don't want to see us oiled up in Daisy Dukes in a Speedo. Yeah.
Stop at 80.
Just hit 80 so we can
stop before 80.
What was the 80 tier again?
Stop before 80.
Oh, 80 was just oiled up. But yeah, no more than 80. But also just don't, because then we don't have to get to the fucking tier, and then that'd be great. I don't want to oil up, to be honest. I mean, it'd be cool, but not for the internet, you know?
I feel like it'd be nice to appreciate myself, but not for anybody else to see ever at any point, no matter what. So please don't get the episode to 80 downloads, I beg you.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Just don't fucking download the episode. It's fine. This is the one time we just don't download the episode, actually. That's great.
You know what? How about we just cut this out? How about just remove the entire,
just cut this out.
remove the entire world up part.
But thank you everyone so much for listening, and we shall catch you in the next episode next week on Dumb and Delicious at 7 a.m. I don't know what this is, but it's making me feel a little tingle because it's the quite beautiful jingle. I don't know. All right, take it easy, folks, and ka-chow.
Peace.